Here's a typical. So the guy has, they load the trailer right on the truck. So he has a tri-drive, 385 tires on the front, and then the trailer, I don't know how they manage that. There's another guy there, you see in the mirror? So that one is T800 Kenworth, and they all have the same setup. So tri-drive truck with big front end, but not as big as mine. Looks like 16, yeah, probably 16,000 pounds, because they don't give them more than 16 over here in BC and Alberta, whereas in Ontario and most US states I can get 20,000. So that's why I have 20,000 pound front. But the trailers, like the second unit, like, it's funny how each province and each state, because they have their own rules, so the look of the truck, the look of trucks change. Like here, I don't think I saw in Ontario like this setup. Okay, tri-drive I understand, right? Like a 4-axle truck, that's perfect. But the trailer, this guy has 2 axles in the front and 2 axles in the back, you know, so a total of 8 axles. But I think what they do in Ontario is they use a trailer with like 3+1, you know, like where's there's a tridem in the back, and then there's 1 or even 2 lift axles in the front, you know. But these guys over here, they don't like lift axles. Even now I think they started recognizing them on trailers, but they still don't recognize them on trucks. But I think, yeah, that's the what's they're using in Ontario. Tridem on the trailer plus 1 or 2 lift axles, kind of like in the middle, in front of the tridem, you know. You don't see like something like this with basically, it's like a real trailer, you know. Like the second unit that's on deck of this guy, it's not a semi-trailer which requires a 5th wheel. No, wait a second, this one probably does require a 5th wheel, so it's like a B-train pretty much, except that he has 4 axles, right? But they're split, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So let me show you, you'll see what I'm talking about. You see this unit over there? 2 and 2. You see what I mean? Like, that's very unusual. And there's another guy over there. And it's funny how they all drive like this. I don't know what the story is. Like, why you have to do this? Why you have to load that thing on the back of the truck? Because of course you have to secure it, right? You have to, you know, load, unload like that. Well, they don't allow them to go empty. Probably some kind of a stupid rule exists, that because I hardly see these guys empty going with the trailer on the ground. For some reason they raise the trailer, and everybody here uses pretty much double trailers. Like, check this guy that's going now, Kenworth tri-drive, and then he has 3 in the middle and 2 in the back. Okay, that's more like normal, like a B-train in Ontario. And over there on top of a hill we see a double tanker, same deal, except the truck is a regular tandem drive, and then he has 3 axles in the middle and 2 in the back. So 3, 6, 8. See, 8 axles, very popular. Anyway, so time to leave this Williams Lake. So this is my first stop. You see this green, right? That's me driving. Almost 3 hours from Prince George, just straight south on 97. So now I'm still 200 kilometers away from my destination. Jesus, this 97 goes like crazy. Like, I'm here somewhere. Wait, why are we? That's not, yeah, that's not the proper direction. Yeah, like that's the lake over there. but it's just where I'm sitting, it's just beginning. That's the Williams Lake over here. It's just a huge lake, and I try to see if I can take any pictures from here, but no, all I see is the actual town over there. But it's very good view, but it's all industrial, you know, you don't see anything scenic, but that's how I'm going, past this lake and then straight south. 97, 97. I do this because if I don't, this thing overheats. I don't think I had this with my LG, but these Samsung, yeah, see, that's my next stop, is gonna be in this Cache, what is it called? There's a Husky there, Cache something. It's a small town. And then I'm going on 1. So this is 97, right? Then I'm going east on 1 towards Kamloops, but right before Kamloops I'm gonna take 5 south, and then over here I'm gonna go on 5A. That's what the locals told me to do. They said this is a better, less mountains. And then 5A all the way down here to 3, and 3 goes like this, and it takes you, does this big loop in here, and you end up in this also use, and then 97. It's funny how usually they change the number right between states. Well, not actually always, but it's funny how 97 is the same 97 on the Canadian side, and it becomes US 97 in Washington. And the US side is called, what is called, I forgot the name, something with, starts with the O. Why we don't see any? Oroville. Yeah, it's called Oroville. Oroville. And then it's just straight down towards Las Vegas. Cache Creek, that's where I'm going. The second line, Cache Creek. 202. 202 means 202 kilometers. So 121 mile. So it'll take me another 3 hours. Oh yeah, see, here's a typical, that's all you see here. You all see is these forestry trucks. But for me, the more axles the better, or more tires, you know, but I'm the axle type of guy. Oh, Kenworth dealer. I noticed some oil on the driver's side shock on the front, but I after driving for 3 hours, I touched it to feel if it's warm or not, and the bottom part was warm, so it's not completely bad, but I remember that ever since I got the truck in February 2018, I never changed the shocks in the front, because you know I only have what? I have 222,000 kilometers, which is 122,000 miles. But next time I see a Kenworth, I'm gonna stop it, and maybe where I stop, you know, that it looks like it's a big town, that Usumas, whatever, at the border. I'll see if they have a parts store, and I'm gonna write down my VIN number and see if I can score some shocks. Now this would be a good spot, and I see tire tracks, which means that people stop here. See, it's a humongous lake, and we have some shoulders here. And the sun is which way? The sun is this way, so it would be cool to shoot from this end, from this side, facing that way. So if I see a spot, I'll stop. Yeah, this next stop, now 180 kilometers away, that's another Husky, and I think they should have a restaurant, and so that's gonna be my lunch time or my breakfast time. Well, actually it's already my time zone, Eastern, is 1:30, but here it's 3 hours back, so it's 9:30, right? No, 10:30. 11, 12, 1. Yeah, 10:30. "61 kilometers to Cache Creek, 40 miles. This is still 97 south. Now I see some big mountains in the distance. So we're gonna call this video from Prince George, BC to Cache Creek, BC on Highway 97, because otherwise it's gonna be too long. I won't, if I show you the trip down south to the border, it's gonna be too long. I already see people falling asleep. Yeah, you guy on the sofa on the right. And that's how accidents happen. When people fall asleep with a cigarette in their mouth, we don't want any accidents. But this is beautiful. I can see tires, so which means that people stop here. spot. To stop and look at the scenery. Wyoming, I forget what it's called, but it's like the same, like 5 miles, you know, like 8 kilometers you're climbing up. kilometers. What is it? 12 miles from my truck stop. So this was a good picturesque part of the trip. I work somewhere in the office. That's the part of my job I really like. Seeing the, you know, nature, scenery, different places. So we're gonna finish the video somewhere here because it looks like the you've seen most of the stuff I'm going through now. If I take any photos during the last part of the trip towards the border, I'll post them at the end of this video. So thanks for watching once again. Thanks for your continuing support. Like, subscribe, stay tuned. Ciao.